So today we are going to talk a little bit about what's been going on at Crunchyroll of late.
Crunchyroll.
You guys...
Crunchyroll.com.
You guys probably know Crunchyroll is a site that originally was actually a haven for illegal fan subs to be streamed, and eventually it started picking up licenses and simulcasting shows so that the episodes would go up within usually a day when they would go up in Japan, and eventually they became completely legit, and they got rid of all the illegal videos on the site, and now it's pretty cool. They get they're the site that gets the most simulcasts currently.
Yeah, they've made claims that they hold over 50% of the shows that get aired.
They originally said that, I want to say that was fall of no, it was longer than that. It must have been summer of 2009 that they came out and said, look, we've got half of all the shows in Japan, which is awesome. I don't think they've actually kept that up so much. And this season, so far, they've announced 4 simulcasts plus Haruhi, which is listed under simulcasts.
Yeah, the simulcasts so far have been kind of like their process on this, and I understand there's business stuff going behind, but they gave us a set calendar. They had like 6, 7-ish titles up, and they said that, 1 was coming out day X, and then 3 were coming out day Y. And so we get the first title, Hero Man. We're like, yes, this is so awesome. I've got all these picks for the season that I want to see. I want to see Arakawa Under the Bridge. I want to see Angel Beats. I want to see that thing by the guy who does
None of those are being simulcast.
Yes, no, they're not. And so I'm excited. We've got 3 announcements dropping last Friday. I go to work excited. I'm like, I'm going to find this news. It's going to be something I'm going to want to watch. Oh, now the website's changed. Now it doesn't say there's 3. It says there's 1. And that 1 is something that's already been announced by Anime Network.
The Anime Network. They announced Ichiban Ushiro no Daimao. They have several times pushed back announcements, and the number of announcements they said they had have changed a lot. So I went out, actually, and I interviewed Crunchyroll CEO Kun Gao, who...
cool guy.
Yeah, very cool guy. Who gave us some information on what kind of has been going down. And basically, the sum of it is that a lot of these deals get worked out at the very, very last second, as so many things do in the anime industry in Japan. Like, for example, they don't even necessarily have, when an anime gets made, it's anywhere from like 20 to 40 different companies all working together, and they all put in some aspects of the work. They put in the animation production, they put in the voice acting, they put in just money or whatever, or if they're TV Tokyo, they show the anime on TV. And so each of those companies gets assigned certain rights, like, for example, the international broadcast rights. And sometimes they don't even work out who gets what rights until the show has already started airing, like a couple of episodes in.
That sounds complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated, and I mean, it's a huge part of why getting this kind of stuff rolling takes so long. When you have to get that many people in a room to all agree on something, and they're all Japanese businessmen, that's hard. So we should all spend a moment to appreciate that Crunchyroll and the Anime Network and Funimation and Viz have all done some serious negotiation work.
It's just so hard, because if you want to win this game, if you want to have simulcasts up that are offering legal alternatives to fan subs, there really feels like there's a window that, is...
Well, it's important to note that a simulcast can be announced later into a season. When episode 5 of such and such comes out. Actually, they did this with Yumeiru Patissiere, which was a kids cooking anime. They actually didn't announce simulcast until the show had been airing for a month. But they caught up at that moment. They aired the 4 or 5 episodes that had already been running in Japan, and then they started simulcasting thereafter. So it's not like they have to have simulcast the first episode in order to be simulcasting the later ones. But once somebody has gotten used to getting their particular series from XYZ source, illicit or otherwise, that can get you kind of into the habit of not getting it.
Well, just even thinking of fan sub groups, that if the first episode comes out of Hero Man and someone's, doing official, sub translations, and it's on a website that everyone can access, then where really is the value to certain subgroups? Fewer subbers will probably be interested in creating fan subs on it.
That's the theory, but I don't know how much that's really panned out. I mean, fan subbers are always pretty... I mean, some of them are more consistent than others. Tons and tons of shows get their first episode or two subbed, but that's it, and then they get dropped because there's just a lack of interest, or people get busy or whatever. And a lot of shows get subbed by multiple groups instead. So it's not like fan subs are particularly consistent either. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, just the ease with which I can watch stuff on Crunchyroll is more than worth paying for my membership. It's currently
strangely addicting. I wouldn't have done it. I've resisted doing it for the longest time. Then as soon as I had access to an account that was a membership one, it was just so easy. It was like, oh, I'm gonna click, and now I'm watching it.
I need something to watch. I'm gonna go, oh, hey, look, Crunchyroll has a new episode of XYZ. Or, hey, Crunchyroll just licensed this other cool thing. Or, hey, I've always meant to check out that one show. You know?
Hey, my office is terrible. My boss is a jerkette. I'm just gonna click on Crunchyroll real fast.
Why don't you say that a little louder so the rest of the office can hear you, John? So that's what's been going on at Crunchyroll. They have more announcements coming. They say
they've said that they've only rolled out about half of their announcements.
About half their announcements so far. But with the Haruhi one not being actually a simulcast, I wonder exactly what that means. But it's also true, you know, that some of the not all the shows air the first week of April. A lot of them start second or third week of April, and then some of them, like Yujou Hanshin wa Taikei by the guy who directed Kaiba, that one doesn't even start until April 22nd. So if they were going to simulcast that, we probably wouldn't hear about it until around then. So Crunchyroll has more on the way, and we'll just have to wait and see exactly what it all is.
Go check out the interview for full commentary.
Yes, please do.